Having a bench seat is honestly the best in my opinion, but if you have an old beat up one, your opinion might be a little bit different than mine. So go ahead, grab that old bench seat off the shelf or pull it out of your truck, because in today's video, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to reupholster one. So we have the bench seat out of our C10 here, and it's definitely seen better days. The vinyl's pretty ripped up, but luckily we have a solution. We have the new Distinctive Industry seat cover for the 67 to 72 C10 bench seat. You can actually purchase this seat cover right off of our website. It's a very high quality upholstery, and it's a direct fit for the 67 to 72 C10 bench seat. One of my favorite parts about this cover is the original GM style sewing pattern, so it gives that OEM style fit. Now before you jump into this install, you'll need to pick up a set of hog ring pliers and a box of hog rings, and we actually do sell this as a kit on our website if you don't have any already. And while you're on the website, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and pick up a can of the Trim Black spray paint, because while everything's apart, we're going to go ahead and spray all the mounts and the sliders to make everything look nice and new again. Now let's go ahead, get this old upholstery off, and get the new one on. So to start off this install, we're actually going to go ahead and remove the mounting bolts on the side, break down the bench seat so it's a little bit easier to install the upholstery. Now these bolts can be pretty tough. If you don't have an impact hammer, grab a torch, a hammer and a screwdriver and a wrench, and you should be able to get those bolts out pretty easily then. As you can see, we have the back part of the bench seat off now. So we're gonna go ahead, flip this bottom piece over, remove the sliders, and then go from there. Now that we have these sliders off, I'm going to go ahead, clean them up and paint them, and then that'll give them time to dry while we reupholster the bench seat. While we wait for the tracks and the mounts to dry, we're going to go ahead and remove the old upholstery off the bottom of our bench seat. By doing so, we have to go ahead and actually cut all of these old hog rings off. Just grab a pair of snips and get to it. Now that we have all the hog rings removed, we can go ahead and remove this old upholstery. Now that we have that old upholstery in the trash, this is a good time to really look at your phone to determine if you need to replace it or not. Now ours is actually surprisingly in pretty good condition, so we're gonna go ahead and reuse this foam, but if you do need to purchase a new foam pad for your bench seat, you can find it on our website. Now let's go ahead and get this new upholstery on. So I always like to start with a corner first, and I will say if you do have a friend that lives nearby, it might not be a bad idea to call them over, just so you can get it as tight as possible, but it's definitely possible to do it yourself. So let's just get this into position. You want to be careful when you're tugging on this trying to get it tight because you don't want to end up ripping your brand new vinyl. Now that I got it semi-tight and worked out from the top side, I'm going to go ahead and flip it over and then start pulling that way to hopefully get everything a little bit tighter. If you don't know what a hog ring is, this is the actual hog ring plier and then your hog ring here. Essentially, when you go to put it into the new upholstery, it'll squeeze itself together, kind of twist in to be able to lock it into place. Now that you know how a hog ring works, let's go ahead and start attaching them to our seat frame. When starting with these hog rings, you want to work from the middle out, that way you're getting everything nice and even. So go ahead, grab this flap of the upholstery, and you'll see this little bar here on the actual seat frame. Pull it over, and then attach your hog ring through the upholstery and under the seat frame. Just like that. Now that we have the bottom of our bench seat reupholstered, we're going to go ahead and repeat the exact same process on the back part of the bench now. Alright, so we have both the bottom and the back piece all reupholstered, so now we're going to go ahead and connect them back together, and then there will be a few more hog rings to do after that. Now that we have our bench seat reupholstered and back together, we're going to finish up our last couple sets of hog rings and then get our tracks put back on. As you can see, we got the bench seat all wrapped up and completed with our distinctive industry cover, and I couldn't be more happy with this product. It was pretty easy to work with, and the end result is very nice. It's super comfortable. You definitely want to give yourself a couple hours to complete this install. It's not a very hard job, but it can be very tedious. It's time to drop a gear and disappear. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, check out that link in the description for all your classic truck part needs.